Alright, Joe, so we are, tell us just, you know, about your excitement or fear or anything you feel going into the studio on Monday. This is the weekend before the studio.
We're catching an eve right now, you know, if you will. It's like the weekend, the awakening before the big strike.
A lot of good music happening here, especially the deep rock and roll scene is very strong here, and that's something that we're getting even more into lately before recording this record. We've just been going to a ton of shows that are Boston music.
Some sort of lightning bolt, I think, hit us on our last tour. We all just really started playing like a man, and we can't dismiss that energy, and we have to include it in the next record.
You know, it came together like peanut butter and jelly. You know, so it's just one of those things.
It's just like, I don't think we've ever felt this much like a band before.
Alright everybody, this is Joey there and Frank Champy. So guys, tell us what's going on right now and tell us about what's about to happen on Monday. I noticed you've been playing Telecaster a lot more. Are you excited?
Bienvenue à la terrasse de Lorraine et Rose Melir. C'est vraiment joli ce soir. Peut-être à demain on peut voir quelque chose, je sais pas.
We're gonna go in. We're gonna hit record and we're gonna see what happens. We don't really know.
How do you think this record is going to be different than anything you've done before?
Well, I think it's going to be different for one reason, because we're paying for it.
Discovered that Q-Brew is a machine in the studio where you put 75 cents in and you get a surprise. Usually it's a Miller High Life.
Most of the songs in the past have been about relationships, and whether successful or failed, they've been about that, and we still love writing about that. But on this record we're featuring more of the side of things that speaks more to the heart, on the side of living every day, and something that everyone can relate to.
There are a lot of changes that happen with a rock and roll band, you know, because time goes on and people change, relationships change. But, you know, there's something to be said for keeping a few things consistent.
So I guess overall, lyrically, the band has really taken a step forward to try and say something a little more, you know, and that's only natural. I think bands can only hope to do that, you know, to progress and write something a little bit more deep and meaningful, you know, and I think we're completely headed on that track, and we are slated to put out the best record that we've ever put out.
I'm probably going to wake up around 11, take my tired self to the studio and record some radical tracks.
You know, obviously the one thing we're going to keep consistent is just try trying to be the best band that we can be, but you know, as far as external factors, depending on who you work with, you might work with somebody that brings something out in the band that you like. You might work with somebody else who brings something out in the band that maybe you don't like.
Pretty soon we're going to be hanging out with a bunch of aliens, and then it's going to be like, you know, it's going to be us and them.
The studio also has skylights, which is one of my favorite things about Cuban Studio. It has skylights so the serotonin can creep in through the glass sun rays and fool you into thinking that it's actually warm when in fact it's so cold that the clouds can't form, because blue skies, because it is so cold, or the precipitation is just it cannot. It would turn into solid and icicles would fall on our head.
So this record, you know, hopefully we'll get to whatever planet those Martians live on, and we'll be part of the peace wave going into alien world.
I would like to do as I like.